are we not going to recognize that this story is about human trafficking? Or do we not realize that the parable that Jesus is saying is basically there was once a pimp who had 5 wise hoes and 5 foolish hoes. The 5 wise hoes had enough money for the pimp to be satisfied. The 5 foolish hoes, they didn't have their money right. So the pimp left them in the cold. This is this beautiful story. You know, are we overlooking that this story is ultimately a forced wedding? That this story is ultimately a harem of women being sold to the priest or the king or the, whatever the fuck he is, the bridegroom. Because and mind you, this is a New Testament parable being told by Jesus. And in Jesus's parable, he decides to use rampant polygamy to describe the kingdom. He says, the kingdom is like this. The kingdom is like pimps and hoes. That's what this parable is. Bitch better have my money. That's what this parable is. This parable is the subjugation of women. It is the degradation of women. It is making them property. Their value in the parable is their virginity and their ability to keep the light on. If that don't sound like prostitution, you got new, fresh meat out here. How do we convince ourselves that this is beautiful? Who convinced you to hate yourself?